Fire. Issued at Monday 3:58 p.m. May 12, 2025. Issued by Manitoba Emergency Management Organization. Description: Southern and central areas of Manitoba have a high to extreme fire danger. Current conditions pose a serious threat to public safety, and emergency response may be limited given the current demand on provincial and local firefighting resources. Recommended action: Take action to prevent fires and report any observed fires by calling 911 or the Wildfire Tip Line, toll-free, at 1-800-782-0076. For current burn bans and restrictions, check with your local municipal office or see current burning restrictions at www.manitoba.ca/wildfire/burn_conditions.html. Area description: Southern and Central Manitoba. Heat warning. Issued at Monday 10:23 a.m. May 12, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: Daytime highs in the low to mid-30s and overnight lows of 16 degrees or warmer are forecast to persist through Tuesday in parts of southern Manitoba. ###. For more information, https://canada.ca/health-canada/climate-change-health/how-protect-yourself.html https://www.canada.ca/en/health- Canada/climate-change-health/extreme-heat/who-is-at-risk.html. For more information on heat and your health, visit Manitoba Health at https://www.manitoba.ca/health/public-health/environmental-health/heat.html. Call Health Links Info Santi at 204-788-8200 or toll free at 1-888-315-9257. For more information specific to workplaces and heat strain, visit https://news/pages/heat-strain-at-work-with-dr.denise.aspx. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to mbstorm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484, or post reports on X using #mbstorm. Recommended action: Take action to protect yourself and others. Extreme heat can affect everyone's health. Determine if you or others around you are at greater risk of heat illness. Check on older adults, those living alone, and other at-risk people in person or on the phone multiple times a day. Watch for the early signs of heat exhaustion in yourself and others. Signs may include headache, nausea, dizziness, thirst, dark urine, and intense fatigue. Stop your activity and drink water. Heat stroke is a medical emergency. Call 911 or your emergency health provider if you, or someone around you, is showing signs of heat stroke, which can include red and hot skin, dizziness, nausea, confusion, and change in consciousness. While you wait for medical attention, try to cool the person by moving them to a cool place, removing extra clothing, applying cold water or ice packs around the body. Drink water often and before you feel thirsty to replace fluids. Close blinds or shades and open windows if outside is cooler than inside. Turn on air conditioning, use a fan, or move to a cooler area of your living space. If your living space is hot, move to a cool public space such as a cooling center, community center, library, or shaded park. Follow the advice of your region's public health authority. Plan and schedule outdoor activities during the coolest parts of the day. Limit direct exposure to the sun and heat. Wear lightweight, light-colored, loose-fitting clothing and a wide-brimmed hat. Never leave people, especially children, or pets inside a parked vehicle. Check the vehicle before locking to make sure no one is left behind. Extreme heat affects everyone. Heat illnesses are preventable. To reduce the health effects of heat, take a cool shower or bath or take a break in a cool location, such as an air-conditioned building or a tree-shaded area. Stay out of direct sunlight and wear loose-fitting, light-colored clothing and a wide-brimmed hat or shade yourself with an umbrella. Drink plenty of water before you feel thirsty and stay in a cool place. If you must go out, take water with you. Keep your house cool. Block the sun out by closing curtains, blinds, and awnings during the day. Never leave people or pets in a parked vehicle. Check on family, friends and neighbors. Check regularly on people living alone, especially older individuals or people with health conditions. Make sure they are cool and drinking water. Watch for the effects of heat illness, swelling, rash, cramps, fainting, and the worsening of some health conditions. Watch for signs of heat stroke, which may begin with headache, hot skin, dizziness or confusion, and take action immediately. Severe thunderstorm watch. Issued at Monday 2:50 p.m. May 12, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms that may be capable of producing strong wind gusts, large hail and heavy rain. ###. Damage to roofs, fences, branches or soft shelters is possible. Fast-moving and rapidly rising water can sweep vehicles away and damage infrastructure. Strong wind gusts can damage trees, buildings and overturn vehicles. Severe thunderstorm watches are issued when conditions are favorable for the development of thunderstorms capable of producing damaging hail, wind or rain. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to skstorm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484, or post reports on X using #SKStorm. Recommended action: be prepared for severe weather. If threatening weather approaches, take cover in a basement or interior room. If outside, protect yourself from flying debris and hail. When thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning kills and injures Canadians every year. Don't drive through flooded roadways. Secure loose objects. Severe thunderstorm warning. Issued at Monday 3:28 p.m. May 12, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description: at 3:28 p.m. Central Standard Time, Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a severe thunderstorm capable of producing very strong wind gusts, nickel to ping pong ball size hail and heavy rain. ###. Damage to roofs, fences, soft shelters or trees is likely. Heavy rain may cause flash flooding and significant reductions to visibility. Fast-moving and rapidly rising water can sweep vehicles away and damage infrastructure. Large hail may cause significant damage and injury. Severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. Severe thunderstorm warnings are issued when imminent or occurring thunderstorms are expected to produce damaging hail, wind or rain. Recommended action: take immediate cover if a thunderstorm approaches. If outside, protect yourself from flying debris and hail. When thunder roars, go indoors. Lightning kills and injures Canadians every year. Information provided by JTWC. Wind speeds and categorizations may differ from those reported by local meteorological agencies. 32P, tropical low 33U, is located 885 km east-northeast of Darwin, Australia, and has tracked northward at 9 km per hour, 5 knots, over the past 6 hours. Minimum central pressure, at 12:00:00 UTC, is 1004 HPa. Maximum significant wave height is 3.7 meters, 12 feet. Satellite imagery shows 32p, with a highly disorganized wind field. The low-level circulation has become stretched while the mid-level center remains displaced far to the east-southeast, near the flaring convection. Analysis shows that 32p is in a marginally favorable environment characterized by strong poleward outflow, low 10 to 15 knots, wind shear, and warm 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, sea surface temperatures, offset by dry air entrainment. However, the environment is expected to quickly worsen as northerly shear increases to around 45 km per hour, 25 knots, in 12 hours, causing the vortex to further shallow. 32p is forecast to track off towards the west under the low-level easterly steering influence. Model guidance agrees on the westward track, and no indication for redevelopment. This is the final warning on this system by JTWC. The system will be closely monitored for signs of regeneration. Halifax Regional Police is seeking the public's assistance in locating a missing 35-year-old man from Halifax. Dustin Smith was last seen on the evening of May 12, 2025 in Dartmouth. Dustin is described as white, approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, 161 pounds, medium build, blue eyes and short brown hair. During the last sighting, Dustin may be wearing a grey hooded sweater and blue jeans. There is no information to suggest that Dustin has met with foul play, however, police and his family are concerned for his well-being. Dustin, or anyone with information on his whereabouts, is asked to call police at 902-490-5020. Anonymous tips can be sent to Crime Stoppers by calling toll-free 1-800-222-TIPS 8477, submitting a secure web tip at www.crimestoppers.ns.ca, or by using the P3 Tips app. 25 to 2,470. The Nova Scotia RCMP says it has arrested a man following an alert to lower Northfield residents to shelter in place on Wednesday afternoon. Police issued an alert about suspect Richard McInnes around 12:51 p.m. People were asked to lock their doors and windows, and to not leave a secure location. Police said they found and safely arrested McInnes around 2:15 p.m. A news release last week said Halifax RCMP was looking for McInnes in the Timberley area for suspected numerous break-and-enters. He was wanted on a Canada-wide arrest warrant for a parole violation. A livestock producer in central Missouri says the cool, dry conditions in early spring hurt the grass growth in central Missouri. David Dick from Pettis County tells Brownfield, "There's orchard grass that's headed out that's not knee-high and fescue beginning to shoot ahead that just might be above knee-high. That's kind of not where you want it to be. You want fescue to be waist-high or better, and orchard grass looking a lot better than what it does. It doesn't have a lot of foliage to it." He says some farmers are already cutting hay just to restart the grass growth. "If that first isn't good, you need to go ahead and get it off," he says. "Whether you graze it, bale it or mow it, get the heads off it and it will come back to make good fall hay. We'll have to see what we've got." But he says clover is a silver lining. It wasn't hurt in the cool, dry conditions. It didn't get started until it started raining about 3 weeks ago, and it's come on so a lot of it is knee-high to waist-high. Some of it is beginning to bloom, and it's just about right where it needs to be. USDA says as of mid-May, Missouri's pasture conditions are 89% good to excellent, an improvement from the previous week, and hay supplies are 98% adequate to surplus. Dick says he bales a lot of fescue hay in the fall, and there might be good grass growth this summer and fall. One man is dead after a shooting in Mississauga on Wednesday. It happened in the area of Tranmere Drive and Telford Way, near Dixon and Derry Roads, shortly before noon. Peel police said officers located a man in his 40s with obvious signs of trauma. Despite life-saving measures, the victim died at the hospital, police said. The homicide unit has taken over the investigation. Police have not released any information on possible suspects. When asked about the circumstances that led to the incident and whether it was a drive-by shooting, Peel Police spokesperson Constable Michelle Stafford said they do not have that information, as the investigation is in its early stages. We are canvassing for any video footage, appealing to the public for any witnesses to come forward and speak with our Homicide Bureau so that we can gain more information on the circumstances, Stafford said. She added that the incident was concerning given that it happened during a busy time of day. At this point, we believe this to be an isolated incident, and there's no threat to public safety, Stafford said. Rainfall warning. Issued at Thursday 3:52 a.m. May 15, 2025. Issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada. Description. Rain, at times heavy, is expected. 50 to 80 millimeters of rain is likely by Friday afternoon. A spring rainstorm has arrived to parts of southeast Saskatchewan. Rain will continue today with showers and thunderstorms, and then steady rain with a few rumbles of thunder will continue on and off until Friday afternoon. Total amounts of rain will range from 50 to 80 millimeters, with the heaviest amounts likely near the Saskatchewan-USA border. ###. Please continue to monitor alerts and forecasts issued by Environment Canada. To report severe weather, send an email to sk.storm@ec.gc.ca, call 1-800-239-0484, or post reports on X using #SKStorm. Description. An earthquake has been reported with magnitude 3.1 located 8 km ESE of Loomis. This is not an earthquake early warning alert. An earthquake has been reported with magnitude 3.1 located 8 km ESE of Loomis. This is not an earthquake early warning alert. Weather radar. Affected areas 1. 8 km ESE of Loomis. Instructions. If you experienced strong shaking, stay calm and help the injured, if any. Use the telephone only in an emergency. Do not enter damaged buildings. To prevent fire, check the chimneys or have them checked before using the furnace or fireplace. Earthquakes can trigger huge ocean waves called tsunamis. The best warning is the earthquake itself, and residents in tsunami risk areas should be prepared to evacuate to higher ground. A woman went to hospital with serious injuries following an 8-vehicle collision on Quinpool Road in Halifax on Monday evening. Constable Martin Cromwell, Public Information Officer with the Halifax Regional Police, said the woman's injuries were believed to be non-life-threatening. Download the CTV News app for breaking news alerts and video on all the top stories. Police closed a portion of Quinpool Road between Oxford Street and Connaught Avenue on Monday. Cromwell said the road reopened around 7:30 p.m. An investigation into the cause of the incident is ongoing. Jefferson City, Missouri, AP. 6 months after Missouri voters approved an abortion rights amendment, Republican state lawmakers on Wednesday approved a new referendum that would seek the amendment's repeal and instead ban most abortions with exceptions for rape and incest. The newly proposed constitutional amendment would go back to voters in November 2026, or sooner, if Republican Governor Mike Kehoe calls a special election before then. Republican senators used a series of rare procedural moves to cut off discussion by opposing Democrats before passing the proposed abortion rights revision by a 21-11 vote. The measure passed the Republican-led House last month. Immediately after the vote, protesters erupted with chants of "Stop the ban" and were ushered out of the Senate chamber. The Senate then blocked further Democratic debate and gave final approval to a separate measure repealing provisions of a voter-approved law guaranteeing paid sick leave for workers and cost of living increases to the minimum wage. That measure does not go back to the ballot. It will instead become law when signed by Kehoe, who has expressed his support for it. City staff survey Toronto streets to plan for new trees on the city road allowance, the area between roadways and private property. This helps grow Toronto's urban forest and reach the city's goal of increasing the canopy to 40% by 2050.